Hi, everyone. A warm welcome to those of you joining us for WiT-Ignite 2021. Pleasure to have you all here. I think it's a very, very exciting period in terms of where we are in the market globally for talented people like yourselves. Huge demand, huge skilling. The world is your oyster, literally. I mean, you write what the future would look like. So we have today, about 30 odd companies joining us to talk to you, to talk to, what we can collectively do in terms of painting what the future looks like. So I would encourage you to, engage with them, learn about their journeys, take as much as you can in terms of leadership connects, which will be tremendously helpful as you think through your leadership journey. Ask them any questions on the booth, and obviously there are plenty of opportunities for you to explore. So welcome again, and I think as we go into our second edition this year on WIT Ignite, it takes me back to the time when I started as an entrepreneur. Having spent about 25 years in the corporate world, it was a very nerve-wracking decision for me personally to, give up a safe haven of a job, a secured payroll, and go into the more, uncharted worlds of entrepreneurship, which I had never been into. So what really prompted it is another story, but what has kept me going is probably more important for me to share with you today. And as I reminisce back, I think one of the things which keeps me going is the excitement and the hope of what the future holds. It's changing dynamically. Today, when I look at just about a 16-month journey to where we were and where we've come post COVID, is a huge leap. We started as a small startup, trying to get digital. We were non-techies, thinking about skilling, thinking about how we can have more women in workplace. For me personally, having spent 3 decades, why was this such a conundrum? We are now having tourism on moon, but we haven't been able to solve, women problems on this planet. So there was a bit of dichotomy which really got me started, and as the journey has progressed, and the amount of support and the traction we've been able to get in a short period of time has actually kept me hopeful and has exponentially multiplied my hopes about what we are able to do. We, in a very short period of time, now have over 200,000 women engaging with us. We have over 100 companies. We're ready for an offshore journey. So when you create value and you create something which gives the right returns to every woman, every employee, every individual out there, every company out there, magic happens, and that magic is what keeps me hopeful. The second thing, this journey hasn't been easy. I remember when I was quitting, I was challenged by my own family, like, why would you do this? I have a working mother, and from her duty of care for me, she would ask me, why would you give up all of this and get into a place which is going to be much tougher? But I think it was just this self belief about not just wanting to do it but making it happen. I believe that, even if I was a late entrepreneur, but I was armed with enough experience and insights, which was my USP, that I think I could make an impact and a difference and leave a legacy which would be more telling than having a visiting card with a big company. So I think that self belief was extremely important. Honestly, when I started this journey, I probably had a vision. I was thinking big, but I didn't have all the answers. I found the answers as I went along. I wasn't a techie. I probably, immersed myself into different jargons of technology, learning the finance and the accounting, and figuring it out myself. But there was this deep sense of belief about we'll make this happen. And there was no scope of failing. I mean, failure has its own definition for people, but for me, failure is not about trying. And so there was no scope for failure. I may have tried and it may not have worked. For me, that's learning. And that tenacity and that self belief is what kept me going, which was my second mantra. And the third is, I think I alluded to it in some ways, is learning. I think we grow old because we stop learning. And every day when I wake up in the morning, I wake up pretty early and I get going. I'm learning. I'm learning from 21-year-old who are joining our platform. I'm learning from my clients. I'm learning for every woman who's asking questions on this platform. So every day I'm this excited little child who's looking at the world quite differently. And it's really sky blue thinking for me. So learning has been a tremendous pillar of growth. It's showed me that what we can do differently. It showed me the magic of how teams challenging each other can help you grow. It's it's been a part of how I have engaged with my clients, who every client is different, and in that diversity of thought has been the growth of learning. It's been with talking to young ambassadors on campuses who actually think very differently and ask me an inane question which gets me thinking about how we can tweak our products. It's actually helped me find answers which for decades we in our corporate world were struggling with. So it's been a great journey. Ignite is a very, very special event for us because it's been not just an event as a career fair, but it's an event which challenges your mindsets. It's an event where we actually push ourselves, and we push a lot of you out there to think differently, to engage and create that ecosystem for you to learn and challenge yourself about what is it that you were doing in the past few years and what is it that you can do differently. So it's a intense one day module where we get corporates together, we get your domestic system together, and we get you as women professionals together to go through the same phase in a nutshell of finding that hope, keeping the faith in yourself and learning with us as we grow. We hope you will grow too. So, welcome again. We hope this ignites your mind. I know Diwali is over, but the fireworks are yet happening in the good way. And I hope you enjoy the burst of Ignite today. So, welcome again. Welcome to Ignite 2021.